Well, welcome back. It's good to be here. Over the last few days, I've had a couple of little medical issues, nothing serious though, but I'm a sun lover and I have to get some skin cancers. It's a normal thing, but 4 or 5 of them over the years, and I need to look after them. So I've been away for a little bit, but just to give you an idea, I want to switch gears though, but before I do, I want to thank everybody that's emailed me over the last week in regards to an interest of what I've been saying about reallocating part of your portfolio and basically voting with your feet. In other words, go and live where you're treated better. It's up to you. Anybody following the capital flows in and out of countries are known it's exactly opposite of what the talking heads are talking about and telling you about fleeing. No, actually money is fleeing into America at an astronomical rate, coming from places like Europe of all places when they're expecting war, China. Various countries are just reallocating. Let's face it, if there's going to be a problem in your area, that's not where you want your savings. Again, we're not going to dwell on it, but recapitulating, consider a little bit of what they call hard assets in terms of protecting yourself. Because, for example, if you have anything from whatever, silver, gold, to a piece of land, to a property, whatever takes over in the near future, as again, Europe is trying to put in their digital currency by as early as this September. That's ridiculously quick. But in any event, whatever does, anybody, and history's got my back on this, anybody that's held on to a large amount of paper currency, and I'm saying paper currency is excellent, especially during the transition, it soars in value. But then every other country but America has put on a deadline where you have to take these dollars in and exchange them for the new currency. That's when they start asking you questions about where'd you get this and how'd you get that much. You're not allowed to save, of course not. That'd be against their wishes. But in other words, then you got to start trying to answer questions from money that you made 10, 12, 15 years ago that you decided to save. Ain't going to happen, and they're going to create hassle. Second part is they always put a dividend on it. It's going to be like 1.4 old dollars will get you one new dollar. However, if you have stock, if you have land, if you have metals, whatever you want, that will automatically transfer back into the current value in whichever digital currency happens to be accepted and employed by governments. Keep that in mind, because history's got my back on that one, and it's a great way to lose anywhere from 25 to 60, 70% of your savings. So cash is king in the beginning, then it falls off a cliff after something new comes out and that deadline's put into place. Just be careful with that. But I want to change the subject, because I feel by now, if you can't see what a joke all these tariffs are, and I do agree there is ways of bringing back manufacturing to America. And I do agree this is also working on people's emotions, because the news is anything but true. It's 100% emotional. So they're talking in crazy astronomical situations about 125% tariff. Be serious. It's just a means of trying to draw somebody to the negotiation table, and whether it works or not, we'll see. China is extremely powerful. And again, my last comment is there's no question, it's no one's fault, it's just a paradigm shift. Money is eventually leaving west and heading east. It's just time. That's all there is to it. It's just time. Anyway, I want to thank people that have reached out. There was quite a good handful that did, regarding more questions about what I'll do for you if you want to come out and see me and everything. And basically, reach out to me. I'm easy to access even off the YouTube channel, or I'm easy to access on my email. That's not a problem. I'm easy to find. But what I will do is I will make arrangements and you'll be picked up. If I'm not busy quite often, I'll pick you up myself. And then what I'm going to do is spend anywhere from 3 to 4 days with you. And a person that recently left a couple of months ago said, "Barry, I've been here. This is my 14th time. And I have learned more on your 4-day trip than all of the other 13 previous trips combined." Yeah, I do try to pack 5 pounds of tomatoes in a 4-pound bag, but it's to give you the information you need to make an informed decision. Again, I've never said this is the only country, but la-di-da, it's flourishing. I'm not saying we're not affected. I always said the question is, to what degree will you be affected? We're all affected. Well, it hasn't been anything close to what's happening in other parts of the world. Okay, they've implemented a 10% tariff. That was as low as it goes. We're nobody's enemy here. Vote with your feet. Why not live or consider living or investing part of your portfolio before a potential confiscation or currency control, where you no longer designate what you want it for, what you want to use it for. Someone else does because they block it. Before that comes into effect, why not consider a few places to look at? Okay, I'd be glad to show you around my neck of the woods here in all countries, because I've been in over 100 countries in my lifetime. A lot of them from when I was way back as an underwater photographer, and I got hired into many other countries all over the world. That's another story though. But in any event, it's getting close to 100 families now that we've relocated into several different countries, okay? Because this one isn't right for everyone. There isn't one that's right for everyone. But a vast majority seems to, and I'd say well over 85, because it's the majority we relocate people to. I don't know of any family that isn't happier here, and I guess people just need something to complain about. So after time and adjustment, because it is an adjustment, then my biggest complaint is, why didn't I do it years ago? I could have afforded it. Yes, living here is a fraction of the cost of many countries. The quality of life, if you want peace, quiet in our neck of the woods, no one to hassle you, safety, excellent restaurants at a fair price. I'll give you an example. Last night we went out for pizza with a person that started out as a business connection, and the family and my family became close over time. I've known them about 5 years, and we become very good friends. Anyway, I invited him out for pizza last night because he was back home in the States for a while taking care of some personal stuff, and he came back 4 or 5 days ago, and hey, let's catch up, buddy. And we went out last night, both families, for pizza, okay? This one place we know, and we're not talking like a kind of a franchise kind of, we're talking a real good, high-quality pizza that you'd get in an Italian restaurant. In any event, they had 2 of them, 16-inch pizzas, and they give you also a big bottle of soda. We don't drink soft drinks, so I give them out to the neighbors. And point is, it was like 2 16-ounce pizzas, because once a week, or actually twice a week, they have a 2-for-1. 2 16-ounce pizzas and a big bottle of soda pop. Okay, it came out to 1,000 pesos. 1,000 pesos is under 20 bucks. Try doing that where you live. Let me give you another example. My dermatologist, she's a wonderful woman and very experienced. She was educated in American universities. She's very fluent in English, I believe French too somewhat, and of course Spanish. She is Dominican, but she had her education in the States. Anyway, I had an hour-and-a-half long session with her where she inspected all these various little skin lesions I was mentioning earlier. And I do have to have 5 of them sent to the lab just to make sure everything's okay, and I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I'm sure everything will be fine. But in any event, here's the point I want to make. Okay, an hour-and-a-half session and taking out 5 samples for the lab came out to 2,000 pesos. That's under $40. The lab work is going to end up costing me about $150 for 5 diagnoses, 5 of them. So you think whatever, if that makes sense to you from wherever you live, but like I say, services are great if you know where to find them, and that's where I come in handy. And another thing people were asking, what else are we going to do? We're going to introduce you to some of our local friends. We're going to introduce you to some of our foreign friends. We're going to tour this area of the country where you're going to see some of the back roads. You're going to see the surrounding areas, just to show you that our area isn't beautiful, but once you're 5 miles away from it, it's devastating. The whole region is beautiful and safe. So that's kind of putting things in a nutshell. I do appreciate people reaching out and asking questions. We're here for you. If there is any interest, there's already 3 or 4 couples I'm meeting during the summer over the starting next month on. And it's wonderful to see the response. And there's definitely no obligations or no pressure. I just want to help people find a better place to live and where they're treated better. So the old saying, learn to vote with your feet, because so many people are getting taken advantage of, and so many places the volatility is rising. Here it is not. Okay, just wanted to change the subject and answer a few of the questions that were coming in from the emails, and we're here to help. And why not take a step into looking at a better, more peaceful life, a higher quality life. We'll talk to you soon.